If you're interested in how I set up my goals and what will be important for me this year, check it out. And I suppose another episode of our podcast, maybe in 2 episodes from this one, will also be somehow related to goal setting, because I think that Gosia will also share her goals. You will be able to see whether our goals are different or pretty much the same, how many of our goals are intersecting together. I think it could be interesting. So what is our content publication strategy for 2023? Well, first of all, we're gonna focus a lot more on podcasting and a lot less on all the other media, which doesn't mean that we will not record videos, since our podcasts are also videos that we publish to YouTube. And there is a very good reason for why we do that, because we want to grow our channel, and so the people who are listening to us using the podcast RSS feed are different people that are discovering us through YouTube. And so having those 2 channels is important, because if we didn't have the YouTube channel, we would actually not have an opportunity for discovery of this podcast. It would be very, very hard for people to find our content and to see whether they like it or not. And so YouTube is used for us as a means of creating videos, because I love creating videos, but also it's used as a means of serving our content to new people that don't know us. Whether if you like us and if you like what we do, you will probably subscribe to our podcast using the RSS feed, and then you will be served every episode like every podcast does. Without an algorithmic intermediary between us. This will be our main focus. And then we have also decided to make some kind of a template of a podcast episode, which will contain the following sections. The first one will be minimal news, which would be our take on what happened last week that reached us even if we're off social media and we don't consume news. This could be quite interesting, because as people who don't consume news and don't watch TV and don't listen to radio news and don't consume the news feeds on social media, basically it will be very interesting to see which news reaches us as people cut off totally from the normal news cycle. And it will be also pretty cool to see whether we will have different comments than, for example, Cal Newport and his friend. They are making a similar kind of podcast where they are both digital minimalists and they are commenting the internet. This will be the first section, minimal news. Then there will be a Rykov Chronicle. Clinic, maybe it's an idea. Rykov Chronicle, which will consist of our telling what happened in our family that we'd like to share. And since a lot of happens lately, for example, for the first time since at least 25 years, we have animals in our house. And the third section of a podcast episode will be the Futurist Corner. I consider myself to be a futurist. I think that I'm seeing trends and I'm seeing patterns way ahead of everybody else. I was a very early adopter of social media, and I was also a very early adopter of not having social media. I was an early adopter of smartphones before anybody else. And I am also a very early adopter of not using smartphones. The Futurist Corner will consist of our opinion on which things we think will be important in the future in 4 to 5 years, and what are our plans related to this future. And finally, the fourth section will be, of course, this week's topic of the podcast, where we will discuss with Gosia and also probably in the near future with guests some ideas and some thoughts that we think are important and are linked to the theme of our channel, which is digital pragmatism. We're gonna also heavily invest in our YouTube production, and not with money, but rather with our time. We will want to have a podcast once a week and at least one vlog once a week, so basically so that we have 2 publications per week. Maybe it will be more, we'll see. And there is also a section about that in my 2023 goals, because I love vlogging, and so there is a vlogging goal there. But of course I will more invest in quality of content than in the quantity. We're gonna publish some of our content in text form. It will not be podcast, because we don't want to make transcriptions. Actually, everybody makes transcriptions, and we want to differentiate ourselves from everybody else. And so if you want to listen to us talking or to listen to us interviewing our guests, well, listen to us. It's a conversation, it's not a written form. But we will also publish written form content on our website, digitalpragmatism.com. We have switched from the community to the website, which is a Substack-based website actually, and there is a reason for that also. 1, it's free. 2, it's very nice looking. 3, it allows us to enter links to various content we publish elsewhere. So, for example, there is a link to our journal company, Imo Bond. And there is a link also to my online course, which is called Personal Work Organization, that I tried last year to publish on my own platform, on Podia, and then on Udemy, and then on Circle, where I tried to make it as a perk for the community members. And actually, none of those methods of publishing, of spreading this online course worked as I would like it to work. So I've changed my mind, and we're actually gonna give this course for every person who will upgrade the Substack subscription to a paid one. And this is a very good deal, I must say. So check it out. Of course, all the people amongst you who have purchased this course earlier will have this access for free, because my policy is to give people access to my trainings for life, and those trainings will be updated in the future, and it will be for life. So if you upgrade to a Substack paid subscription, you will gain automatically access to the Personal Work Organization online course. As far as text publishing goes, we're gonna publish text posts related to vlogs on the Substack, and the same posts will go also on Medium. And we're gonna perpetuate this at least until June, maybe until December 2023, so that we see which of those platforms actually gains us more new people, more new followers, more new subscribers, where the reach is better. We want to be able to reach you via a non-intrusive way. So I think that a newsletter on Substack is a good way to do that, because it will go to your inbox, and if you want to read us, you will read the newsletter. If not, you will unsubscribe, and voila. And then if you want to interact with us in a private manner, you can reply to an email. But if you want to interact with us in a public manner and chat with other subscribers, you can leave a comment on the Substack. And so basically it's all we need to building a community of digital pragmatic. And that's it. Basically, we won't be leveraging anything more than that, because the rest of the time we want to live, we want to have a family life, we want to be happy people. Our goal is to have our day-to-day excellent, which our day-to-day has to be fulfilling for us. It can't be a grind, it can't be publishing more and more just for the sake of having subscribers or expanding our reach. We want our day-to-day to be nice for us, and so we're gonna do it this way, nothing more. Voila! So these are our publishing plans for 2023, relying heavily on Substack, trying to make a connection and deeper connection with our listeners and our subscribers. Thank you for being with us, and see you in the next vlog.